Hello, viewer. I'm trying something new this time. Occasionally throughout the video, I've sprinkled in a little bit of voiceover to explain what I'm doing. If you don't want me to jump scare you, there will be a version of this video linked in the description that doesn't have the voiceover. Thank you for watching. Let's see if this format is any fun. I forgot to record the very first parts of this video, but I used that box in the background as an alignment because it helps me draw the rest of the figure in 3D space.
I would learn how to run with the big boys. I would learn how to sink and to swim. And there's talk in the houses and people dancing in rings.
Trying to draw a wolf from memory wasn't going very well. I felt like I was making something that looked like a bad taxidermy, so I wound up finding a reference, and after that it was smoother sailing.
It's just like you said it would be. It's just like you said it would be. It's just like you said it would be. It's just like you said it would be.
I think all in all, this wound up being more of a speed sketch than a speed paint, but that's okay. I wanted to focus on having big, bold shapes, and not worry too much about getting granular with my rendering. I've actually tried to do this piece twice, and I have like a half-finished recording sitting in my documents, but I didn't like it, and I think it's because I overworked it. So this time I wanted to stay really broad and do things loosely, and I think I achieved that. This took me, all in all, a little bit under an hour to draw, and I felt pretty satisfied with the results.
Stay. Will you be my lover? Will you be my mama? I said, will you be my lover? I said, will you be my babe? When I lay down my head at the end of my day, nothing would
I stayed really sketchy the whole time I was working on this. I felt like the sketchiness was appropriate for the content of the image. And also, I was sick of worrying about my line weight and my line quality, and I just wanted to have some fun. And I feel like that's part of the reason that I enjoyed this version of this piece more than some of the other versions that are in my work in progress graveyard.
And we said these songs are true, these days are ours, these tears are free, and hey, the cross is in the ballpark, and the cross is in the ballpark. We had a lot of fun, had a lot of money.
At this stage, I move on past carving out the big shapes with my line work and move on to describing the values. So I start by laying those really bright values around the ball and where the cast light coming from it would settle on the face and the armor and the eyeball, because those are all my focal points and I want to draw attention there. Then, as I lay down the values of the rest of the image, I'm going to be staying with that philosophy of using the values to push the eyeball toward the focal point in the center.
Sonny sits by his window and thinks to himself how it's strange that songs are like cages. Sonny's yearbook from high school is down from the shelf, and he idly thumbs through the pages. Some have died, some have fled from themselves, or struggled from here to get there. Sonny wanders beyond his interior walls, runs his hands through his thinning brown hair. Well, I'm accustomed to a smoother ride, or maybe I'm a dog who's lost its pride. I don't expect to be treated like a fool no more. I don't expect to sleep the night. Some people say a lie is just a lie, but I say...
Here I carve out the foreground, midground, and background with different values so that they're more easily distinguishable from each other. I've slowed this down a little bit extra to hopefully make it more apparent what I'm doing here at the end. With images like this, where I focus a lot on the values, the relationship of lights to darks in the early parts of the piece, I like to use a gradient map to underpaint the colors that I put on at the very end. A gradient map basically just assigns all the values in an image to colors. So you can get this kind of cool oil slick effect, which I really like. And it saves me a lot of thinking, which I like even more. After I lay down a gradient map, I'll often just change the blending mode to color or overlay, or sometimes I'll leave it on normal. Depends on what I'm feeling and how the specific gradient map looks on the piece. And then for this image, I just went over and I threw a little bit of extra color on top of her hair and her skin, as well as her armor, because I knew I wanted those to pop out as a specific color on top of the gradient map. I reduced the opacity so they wouldn't pop out quite as much, and then I felt like I was happy leaving it there. For an hour sketch, I felt pretty content with this.
From your street is drawing crazy has taken all her blankets from your floor. The carpet is moving under you.
Hello, you've reached the end. Thank you for watching the whole speed paint. Now that we're at the end here, I would really appreciate it if you let me know what you think of the format with the voiceover. It's not what I'm used to, but I had a really nice person ask recently how some of the gradient maps worked, and I figured, you know what, I'll just make a point of it next time I do a speed paint, and so here it is. I don't know if it'll be something I keep doing going forward. We will see. Either way, I appreciate your time in watching this, and I will see you around. Mwah!